Hello everyone, it's Jen. Welcome back. Okay, so I finally have my October wrap up for you. So I know this is going up way later than usual for my wrap ups, but I just had other content that had to go up. October was a great reading month. I read a total of 7 books, one on my Kindle. Everything else was a combination or physical. I did have some strictly audio, which I'll get to. But total this month, I read 2,916 pages, and everything was either 4 or 5 stars. I had a great ratings reading month. 4.7 is the average, which is amazing. So this might be my highest rated reading month, like as far as ratings go. We'll look at that at the end of the year. But before I get started about the books, in one of, I can't remember who it was, but there were a couple comments in my Chattanooga BookTube Bestie Meetup video that were saying like, oh, we could have seen your shirt. So this is the shirt that Amanda designed. It has all of our names on it. Looks like a library card. And these are the dates of our first time we put out a video, like when we started our channel. And this is my favorite shirt now. I just love it so much. So, there you go. That's what the amazing shirt that Amanda designed. And on the back it says, let's see if I can get it on camera. On the back, I think it says like chapter 5 or something like that. Because it's the 5th BookTube Bestie Meetup and only my second one, but oh my gosh, won't be my last. We had such a great time. I'll link that video down below when I edit this, if I remember, just in case, off chance you haven't seen any of that footage. It is definitely worth the time. We had such a great time. All right, let's get talking about October's books. So actually the first book that I read was on my Kindle. I read it 80% of it on the way to California on a flight, and then I finished it on the way home, and that was Creep by Jennifer Hillier. 4 stars. I loved it. I was kind of guessing it would be a 5-star because I know that one gets a lot of hype. I'm very hard on my thrillers. It takes a lot for me to give 5 stars. But overall, I really enjoyed it. Freak is on the agenda, hopefully by the end of the year, which is kind of part 2 of that. But it was dark. It was messed up. I enjoyed the characters. And Jennifer Hillier's writing, she's just such a strong thriller author, and I love her. If I need to read Butcher and Freak, and then I will have read her to 0. So that's my goal for the end of the year, but we'll see if I get there. But then part of me is going to be sad because then it's like, oh, I'm not going to have a Jennifer Hillier to pull off my shelves for a while. I think there's a new release by her coming out in 2026. I'm going to do some research for a future video idea for that as well. My second book I picked up was a 5-star read. I read this physically, and this was Forsaken County by Alan Eskins. Another wonderful, one of my favorite auto-buy authors. I have one more called Saving Emma to read by him, to read him to 0. That is also pulled for November, December. And this was just another good, solid thriller. What I really liked, so I'm filming this and it's like November 10th, so I'm trying to go back to the beginning of October as far as remembering. But Max Rupert is the main character in this one, and he's a homicide detective. And I really like overall his character arcs of all his books that he's in. So, but the character arc you get for Max Rupert in this one, you definitely see him heal a little bit. I can't really say too much because it might spoil previous books, but I really liked the character arc we continued to get in this book. And then of course the main mystery in this was gripping. I was invested. I read through this really quickly. I found myself not wanting to put it down. And the atmosphere was good. The plot was good. The pacing was good. Solid thriller. So 5 stars for that one. Next, I picked up book 3. This was 480 pages. I'm still behind. I still need to read book 4 by the end of the year as a goal of mine. But another 5-star. This whole series is 5 stars, I'm assuming. I haven't read the last one. But so far, 3 out of 3 of this quartet has been 5 stars. And this series just keeps surprising me. Like, it's YA fantasy, which I love YA fantasy. Personally, everything I've read YA fantasy, I've enjoyed in one way or another. But they haven't all been 5 stars. But in this series, 5-star, you guys, this is such an underrated, and maybe it was more hyped back when it came out. I mean, this is the 3rd one, and this was published in, let me see. There's a lot of, like, pages in the beginning before you get to it. 2018. That was a long time ago. So that probably means the last one came out 19 or 20. So, you know, this series started probably 10 years ago. It was released. So, you know, of course there's not, you know, with Air coming out, I feel like there's more buzz around this quartet now, which it much deserves because this was amazing. Can't wait to pick up book 4. It's on my November TBR, which you probably know already because these are all crazy out of order. Next one, I'm not going to go into too much of these next 2 that I read because these were my round 5 of Read Like a Booktuber, which just went up. And this one was 4 stars, nonfiction. You'll get my thoughts on that. It was very well done. A lot of journalistic integrity went into this book, and a lot of research went into this. And overall, it was great. But I gave it 4 stars. More thoughts in that vlog. And then Only the Beautiful, which I gave 5 stars. This was Susan Meisner, historical fiction. Again, my thoughts are all in there. It was overall another great round. I know I still have 1 more round to go, but so far all 5 rounds have picked some amazing books. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been a huge success for me and for my reading this year. So, yes. So 5 stars. Susan Meisner is a great historical fiction writer. One of my favorites. Okay, then I also, this one's bookmark out of there because it's done. I listened to this one on audio, almost all of it. The beginning I did a combo reading of, but then this is what got me to and from in the car to Chattanooga. It was about a 6-hour drive both ways. So, the audio was very good. One of the perspectives, one of the vampires in this book was Julia, read by Julia Whalen. She's my favorite female narrator, audiobook narrator. This is 4 stars. This is not going to be for everybody. It lost a star for me because I felt like it was a little bit long. I didn't feel like that with Addie LaRue though, and Addie LaRue is just as long, if not longer. That was a 5-star favorite of all time. I want to reread it. This was a good, solid book. I definitely do not regret reading it. Still a solid read, 4 stars, but my expectations were it was going to blow me away, 5 stars. And it wasn't, but that's okay. I still am very happy I read it. Lindsay and I buddy read this, and I believe she gave it 3 stars. So I did enjoy it a little bit more than her, but the parts that she didn't enjoy, I understood. I understood why. But Vivi Schwab is someone I want to read to zero as well, and her writing is just top notch, and she just has such a beautiful, talented way with words. But I felt the plot and the twists of these stories, I did like how it ended, but I felt like it was a little bit slow in places, and I felt like it was a little long, so it did lose a star for that, but still a solid read. Pick this up if you're into vampires. Okay, the last book I read in October was We Used to Live Here by Marcus Kleiwer. This is October's go with the flow prompt. So I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but just know I thought this was super creepy, super well done. Absolutely lived up to all the hype that it had. At one point, I put this in the freezer, or I wanted to. This one definitely spooked me out, and I loved it. So you'll have to wait till December to hear my final thoughts about this. But if you were ever wanting to pick this up, please do. I can't believe this was a debut, and I can't wait to read more by him. So there you have it. Those are all the books I read in October. Again, sorry this went up so late, but you know, it is what it is. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you guys soon in my next video. Happy reading. Bye.